Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam Maharaj.
Dandavad Pranam.
Sorry Maharaj, I went to temple.
Haribo.
5 minutes late.
Went to temple?
Yeah, I will sit somewhere. Yes.
You see somewhere?
She's in the temple right now.
Oh, you're in the
No,
temple?
just I come out. Just I come out.
Oh, okay.
I will sit somewhere. Yes.
How is everything?
Yeah, by your grace, everything okay, Maharaj.
Everything okay at the temple?
Yes, Maharaj. How are you, Maharaj?
Very good. So happy to see you.
You are happy? I'm happy, Maharaj.
I was thinking one word. You know this word adhoksaja? Adhoksaja. Adhoksaja. You heard? Adhoksaja?
You're muted, Didi.
Okay. Say Maharaj again.
Huh?
Adhoksaja.
Yeah.
Maharaj asked if you know that word.
I heard, but I don't know how to explain.
Okay. In Sanskrit, there are different ways of knowing, but yaksha, hanuman, aparoksha, different ways of knowing from the senses, from hearing, from other people, from logic. But there's one way above, but there are also ways, not only one way, but there's also ways above all those ordinary processes of knowing that exist. The saints have told us, the sages have told us there's another way of knowing that doesn't involve anything within this world of the senses, the mind, the intelligence. And Bhagavad Gita, Krishna tells us, Bhumir apanalo vayu kamano buddhir evacha ahankara iti yangme dina prakrita astada. These astada, these 8 levels, coverings, earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ahankar. The ego of I am the doer. All these covering the true self, the Atma, true self. Then how does the Atma know anything without those 8 layers? It does not involve any of those 8 layers. There's above all of those 8 layers. How does this self, how does the soul know anything? They're called adhoksaja. Adhoksaja, aja. Aja means born, huh? What is not born from the senses, from the mind, all these things, but does not come from those levels. That is called adhoksaja. And what is that adhoksaja? How do we understand that? So Gurudev tells us, Shraddha, faith in that higher plane above all this worldly uh, uh, experiences. There is a plane above all these worldly experiences. It is there, and we can get knowledge. Adhoksaja. Knowledge can be received from there. What is that? Knowledge can be received in that way. above the whole mundane plane of acquiring knowledge, the mundane way of acquiring knowledge, it's possible to get knowledge, to experience everything can come from that plane above this world. Tulsi Maharani ki jai.
Jai.
So happy to be here. Gotta remember you're doing it at 10 o'clock now.
Hare Krishna, Didi.
Hare Krishna, how are you?
Yes, thank you. Very see you.
So we're talking about a Sanskrit word, adhoksaja. Now, there are many ways of acquiring knowledge. With the senses is one way. That is called pratyaksha in Sanskrit. Pratyaksha means to acquire knowledge from the senses. We see something and we learn about that thing. We see the sun and we learn that that is the source of light and heat. Pratyaksha, that kind of knowledge from seeing, from the senses. We taste something and we understand, oh, that thing is sweet. Sugar is a very sweet thing. So that's knowledge also. That is called pratyaksha. But above pratyaksha, there's anuman. Means by deduction, you can learn certain things. And above that is aparoksha, which means we can learn from other people. From logic, from other people we can learn things. All these ways in the material world are possible for gaining knowledge. But then Sanskrit tells us there's a higher process than those three. It's called adhoksaja. Adhoksaja does not involve any of those material processes. Material means in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains what is the material. Material, he said, is bhumir apanalo vayu kamano buddharevacha ahankara iti yangme ina prakrita ashtada. He said there are 8 levels of this material world by which we are covered, by which we are forgetting Krishna. He said those 8 levels are earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego. Even the mind, even the intelligence, and even the ego, the sense of identity that I am doing this, I am doing that. These are all material coverings over what? Over the soul. The soul is above all of these things. Cannot be understood by any of the activities of these levels. The psyche, the intellect, they're not even capable of approaching that transcendental nature of the soul, Atma. Yet, it is said that that soul has a way of acquiring knowledge without using any of those other processes. And that process is called adhoksaja. Adhoksaja. By some other means, the soul can know directly the soul, the spirit. It can know what is of that transcendental plane. And that, Gurudev tells us, is through faith. We can come to that platform only through faith. We can be in touch with that plane of transcendental knowledge, adhoksaja, that comes down to us. It is not by our endeavor that we can get to that knowledge. That knowledge does not come by any endeavor on our own part, any effort, any means on our part. It will not come. But by the grace of Guru and Krishna, that knowledge is given to the soul. And that is adhoksaja knowledge, transcendental, divya gyan, adhoksaja. And how do you get that knowledge? Everyone actually has that knowledge automatically. They don't know, they forget. They're not focusing upon that. They're focusing upon so many other means of knowledge, but they're not focusing upon that means that is above all of those other processes. It's always there. Everyone has it. But we lose sight of that. We have forgotten all about that. So when we come to Guru, if we are fortunate enough to come to Guru, he can remind us of that higher platform of transcendental knowledge. It gives us the ability to remember that, to become conscious of that plane. Not conscious so much, but to become aware that it is there always. Just like there are paramatma within the soul, within the heart of every living entity, there is something called paramatma. Paramatma means the part of God is there with everyone. God is everywhere, but not fully there in his original form. But a part of him is there. It's called the localized. It's called localized form of God. It's called Paramatma, a local form of God. There are two processes, local and global. Global means the universal, and local means the particular. So the Paramatma is the particular part of God. Is there with every living entity. Is there. God is actually there. That's called Paramatma, and the soul is Atma. Yeah, Atma, Paramatma. Paramatma means the higher Atma and Atma. It's all both there in the living entity. And the living entity, Atma and the Paramatma, are always in contact. They're always in contact with one another. There's a relationship between them, always. And that relationship has been forgotten when we come to the plane of the material processes of mind, intelligence, ego. It's forgotten, that's all. But it's there. We may forget, but it's there. Always working. And we're always in contact with that. And those who have firm faith above this material encasement, above these material experiences, those who have faith that there is something far above that, they are in contact. They awaken that contact between Paramatma and Atma. Descending process of knowledge coming from Paramatma to Atma, from Krishna to the soul. And Gurudev is the embodiment of that knowledge, of that bliss. And by sitting at the feet of Guru, that knowledge again, we recognize, we become awakened to that knowledge that descends. And his knowledge coming from his lips is also just capturing that descending knowledge and distributing that to us. And that is the meaning of Guru, and that is the real knowledge in our life. And that knowledge doesn't come by any intelligence, by any mental imagination, no process of dreaming and all these things. We cannot dream of that world. Dreaming is part of this material world. Dream is part of the material world. Try. Inga Prabhu Hare Krishna. Dreaming is part of this material energy. Dreaming comes from the psyche, from the mind. Dreams do not put us in touch with that plane. This waking, dreaming is part of sleeping consciousness, waking consciousness, sleeping consciousness, deep sleep. These are all levels of material consciousness. They have nothing to do with the spiritual, the transcendental plane. Those who think they are in contact with that plane through dreams, they are misunderstanding and misunderstanding that plane cannot be reached through our dreams, through our imagination, through our intelligence, through our artificial intelligence. Nothing can reach that transcendental platform that exists, is there. And those who have somehow or other awakened that faith, of that awakened that experience of the transcendental plane, who know the reality of that plane, they cannot be diverted. Will never be diverted by anything coming from the material platform. However strongly they may say, oh, I am this, I am that, they will not be influenced by them. They will not be influenced. They cannot budge from their faith, from their realization of that higher platform. No one can take them from that. Thus we see in the world somehow, there are always people who have this strong faith in God. No matter what, the whole civilization may be going in this direction or that direction, but their faith in God is never shaken and never varies, because that is a genuine knowledge. It is not something imaginary and not something dreamlike or whatever. It is a real knowledge, a real thing. It is reality. And Gurudev tells us about that reality. Reality, the beautiful, Sridhar Maharaj called it, in his book, The Search for Sri Krishna, Reality, the Beautiful. There is a world of that higher nature, transcendental nature, which can be known, but not by ordinary knowing process, and only by the adhoksaja, the inconceivable way. Bhakti Yoga is called Anupalakshavartmane, the Lord of the inconceivable way. And every devotee, true devotee, knows of that world, has that faith, has that knowledge, and that cannot be shaken by anyone. No one in this world, no one of worldly nature will be able to shake that. No one. So don't be disturbed by those who claim, even they may claim to be Guru, Vaishnava, all these things. If they do not have that connection, that higher connection, then we are not interested in that. If they do not address that higher connection that we have, then we're not interested in what they have to say or do. We have our connection, and we will go on. And there are others. They're not alone. One person may think that of all the Vaishnavas that have been touched by the preaching of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Sridhara Maharaja, Srila Govinda Maharaja, they have gone all over the world and touched the hearts of so many people and awakened their spiritual faith, their spiritual standing. And if one person comes and thinks, I am the only one, I am the only one, I am the guru, I am the only one who has that standing, and condemns or neglects or offends all those who have been transformed by the powerful teachings of such amazing spiritual teachers. If they think like that I am the only one and all these others are to be condemned, how can we believe such insanity. That is insane. Huh? It's insane that anyone can think like that. They are minimizing the incredible power, the potency of the preaching of someone like Srila Prabhupada, Srila Maharaj, even Srila Govinda Maharaja, all minimizing their ability, their potency, that they have not awakened the souls to their true identity. Are they so foolish that I am the only one and all else have to submit to me? We do not accept. We do not accept that. That is insane. Who have sat at the feet of Gurudev, who have had the awakening of their higher self, of the realization of Atma beyond this body and the consciousness of this world. They cannot accept, however much they may strongly insist, demand. That is not what Gurudev is teaching and has taught us. And we value, we treasure, we treasure that what Gurudev has given us. We have sat at the feet of Gurudev, and that great opportunity to sit at the feet of Gurudev, to hear not only Srila Prabhupada, but also Sridhara Maharaj. And that someone should come and say, you are nonsense. Whatever you have received is all nonsense. You must listen to me. I am the Guru now, and whatever you have learned, that is all useless. Then we can only laugh. Unfortunate, who is still within the realm of egocentric existence. We are sorry that they have still bewildered like that by some imaginary position on earth. We pray that Mahaprabhu, we pray for them. We give our love to them and pray that they may realize their foolishness and come to understand the Vaishnava community, the great Vaishnava community that has been created by Srila Prabhupada, Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj. A great Vaishnava community has been created in this world. Not everyone may be at the same level of realization, but they have something. And we should not ignore that, should not condemn that, but we have to encourage that. We have to nurture that. That is what preaching means, to nourish that, not to try to make everyone our own disciple, but to live along with all these parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord, and try to live our life cultivating our own deeper and deeper connection with Krishna, with Paramatma, and with Krishna Bhagavan, and with the Vaishnavas. We have to remember Guru Vaishnava. It is not only Guru. There is Guru Vaishnava. We are servants of Guru Vaishnava, Sadhu Guru Vaishnava. We are servants of them all. And we should not try to become master of them all. We are servants, Guru Vaishnava. We must worship both, not just Guru. This is what Gurudev has been teaching us. And we listen carefully, if we can understand properly. So it's really important. I know, unfortunately, Uma Devi, you are getting in the middle of so many different things. But you have a good heart. You have a pure heart. And you have that connection with Krishna. from somehow or other you receive from Gurudev that connection. From the Gurudev, from Vaishnavas, you have received that connection. And you have to cultivate that in whatever way you can. You're there, always in contact with Paramatma. He is always in contact with you. You just have to keep that in your heart, that faith, and try to cultivate that relationship. Everything is based on relationship, spiritual relationship between persons. That is our life as devotees, as Vaishnavas. Our only business is to try to cultivate that higher relationship more and more. And by Krishna's grace, that adhoksaja, that descending knowledge, inconceivable descending knowledge will come to us in deeper and deeper ways. We have to trust that. And that is our process of making advancement. And if we need the guidance of a Vaishnava, there are many. Prabhupada, Srila Maharaja have created many Vaishnavas. Don't think there is only one. There are many beautiful Vaishnavas, wonderful Vaishnavas. They may not appear in any grandiose way. Devotee does not come in some grand way. Sometimes they are in the most poor condition, the most lowest condition actually. They may have any followers even. Yet that knowledge is there. That sweetness is there. Once you know the story of the Lord came and saw one man on the side of the road reading the Bhagavad Gita, and tears were coming from his eyes. And he asked him, why are you crying? And you are here holding this book, Bhagavad Gita, in your hand, and you're crying. I'm just wondering what it is you are seeing in that book that you are crying. And then he looked more carefully. He said, wait a minute, you have this book upside down. How you are reading this book upside down. And then he took the book, put it right side up. He said, I'm not reading that book. I'm holding it and I'm remembering. I'm remembering that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has come to take the chariot driver position, the position of Krishna, of Arjuna's chariot driver. He has come to drive his devotee in the chariot. How kind of Lord is that? How merciful, how powerful, how all-embracing, how loving as a Lord who comes like that to his most simple devotee, one of us, and can come and embrace us with so much love, so much care, so much service, and we are trying to serve him, and he is coming to serve us. Yes. So that is true in every case. In every case, Krishna does not forget us. We are forgetting him, but he has intense love, only love for us. And that is the message of the sadhu. The sadhu is to teach that love, that sweetness, that beauty. It's ever existing and always existing and everywhere existing. It's there. And the true sadhu will remind us of that. He won't try to divert us to some other thing that you must accept my authority, my leadership, my guidance, this, that. No, that is not. Surrender to me. No, our surrender is to Krishna. That is what Gurudev teaches. And to surrender to that love is not even surrender. That love is to embrace. What kind of surrender is that? What is most sweet and kind and beautiful? To accept that, to be harmonious with that, that is our life. And that is the teaching of our Guru-parampara. We have to be willing to listen. Don't only listen to your own intelligence, what your own heart is telling you. That may not be the right thing. We have to listen to what Gurudev is saying, catch the teachings, the knowledge, and the mood. And the mood. Sometimes devotees may only hear the books, may come in contact with the books of Gurudev. It's not enough. Books of Gurudev is not enough if we do not read in those books that we must approach a true Vaishnava. We must have association with a Vaishnava, because from a Vaishnava, a true Vaishnava, who has proper understanding, then we can catch the mood of a Vaishnava. Not the demanding, hammering mood, but the sweet, loving mood that the devotee has received from contact with his genuine master and the genuine contact of the Supreme Lord, who in the Bhagavad Gita expresses so much love for his devotee. Manmanava Vadbhaktya, he says, fix your mind upon me. I am the source of everything good in your life. Rupa Goswami has taught this. Akila Rasamrita Murti. Krishna is Akila Rasamrita Murti. It means the source of all good, of all quality, of all sweetness. That is Krishna, Rupa Goswami. I explained. And it is the fact. That's where it's coming from. And who cannot recognize that? They are at the loss. And Gurudev has to remind us again, that source of all pleasure, reality, the beautiful, is there. And we are to embrace that. And it is embracing us. And that's all Krishna is asking. He wants us to be happy with him. Not only happy, ecstatic. Guru Maharaj told Amritasya Putra. Amritasya Putra. Amritasya means nectar, and Putra means son. We are all sons and daughters, Amritasya, of nectar. And if we are not experiencing that nectar, then we're in the wrong place. We're doing the wrong thing. This sinful life, you have so much nectar that there is existing for you to relish. And you are not relishing that, but you're sucking on the materialistic plane of senses and the mind and the intelligence and the ego, and you are restricting an infinite potential of joy that you have, everyone has, as a soul within their own heart. And by turning to these other processes of material experience, we're actually restricting our joy, amrit, our nectar. We're missing out on the nectar. We're drawing ourselves away from that nectar. The nectarian existence is infinite, infinite potential, infinite joy, infinite love, infinite ecstasy. It is there and existing for us always. And material life means we have drawn away from that and put ourselves into a position of so much struggle and misery, pain, old age, death, all these things. They are part of the material realm of existence, not part of that transcendental, eternal realm, infinite realm, the finite realm and the infinite realm. So the human being especially, he has that power. He has that ability to make that transformation, that transition from the mundane to the spiritual, from the finite to the infinite. He has that power within him. And by following whatever process we can, as given by so many hints by the teachers of Bhakti Yoga, Transcendental Knowledge, they have given us so many processes by which we can make that transition from material life to spiritual life. Only we need to put our faith in that higher existence, and then we can get it. I remember when I first came to the devotees, they told me, Sat Chidananda, you are Sat Chidananda. I said, what is this? You are Sat Chidananda means, Sat means eternal, Chit means full of knowledge, and Ananda means bliss, full of knowledge and bliss. You're eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. I said, what kind of thing is that? Who has that kind of promise that they can give you these things? Where in the world can you go to anyone for these three things? Eternity, knowledge, bliss. There's only a fairy tale. How will I be able to get such things? And they said, yes, you can come here and get that. And I was a scientist. I was thinking, is that possible? So, but if they are promising this and this is the process, then I must try. Why I should not try? If that is the result of this process, then I put myself in the test tube. I want to try it. See if that can happen. Yes.
Talking like a scientist. Put yourself in a test tube.
It's an experiment. Scientist doesn't make a conclusion without an experiment. He doesn't think he knows everything without experiment. Scientist tries to make an experiment, then he knows. So if someone says you can become eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge by following this process, then who will not take that up? What scientist will not try? What you will lose from that try, that experiment? What you will lose? You can gain so much from that experiment, and you will not make that attempt. Then what kind of person you are? Huh? Not very good, intelligent, not very proper. They only want to do molecule experiments, this, that, the other thing. Only these poor particles, they're willing to experiment on that. But on eternity, knowledge, and bliss, they don't want to experiment with that. Then what kind of poor idea do they have? Foolish idea. Don't be foolish. Go for the gold. You have the opportunity for that gold, for that diamond. Why you should dig for the garbage, for the lesser things? You can have that any time. But these things, they come only rarely, very rarely in our life, by some good fortune. So anyhow, any question, any comment? What do you think? Ingo, what do you think?
I'm
Yeah.
so happy to see you online again. This makes me happy. It's wonderful to hear you. You speak from your heart, your soul, and it's so good to have you back online. So I'm grateful for that.
Ingo is looking very skinny.
Yes, I am. I can see myself in the.
What do you think? Ozempic?
Yeah, I'm losing a little too much weight, I think.
That's right.
We don't want him to disappear.
You have to eat more prasadam.
It's good to see you and hear you.
Yes, go to. Go to.
More samosas.
More samosas. Oh, we love those samosas.
It will help you, actually. Spiritual food, food that is offered to Krishna, if we take that Mahaprasad, that will help us somehow by its own magical ability. It will transform us. I told that story one time when I first went to the temple, and they gave me some prasad,
Olive and banana milk.
banana milk,
Ooh.
banana milk, and olive oil, yes. And I took that banana milk, and it's like I felt there's some radiation coming out from my body, like light off from when it went into my stomach, and my whole body became radiant. I felt like that. Nobody else saw that.
As long as you felt it, that was the important thing.
And from that day, I'd always wanted to be vegetarian. I was always trying to give up meat and all these things because my family, they were all carnivores. And I did like that. In fact, I always wanted to eat very simple fruit and vegetables. And anyhow, after that day, that Mahaprasad, I never again ate anything that was not offered to Krishna.
Mm.
In one moment, whole thing happened. Despite all my endeavors, that one moment transformed everything.
Mm.
So I know the quality. I know the power of Mahaprasad from my own experience. Okay? It has its potency.
Very nice.
So, what do you say? Anyone? Uma Devi, you have any questions?
Thank you, Maharaj. I continue every week, Maharaj. Don't miss, Please, otherwise, I will miss your association.
I heard you're going to India.
Yeah. You have to continue every week. Otherwise, you will miss your association. And Monday, I'm traveling to India.
Monday, traveling. Well, be careful. My butt, Krishna, on your way, on your journey. Will you still come with us, still connect with us from India?
Sorry, Maharaj?
Will you still be able to connect with us from?
Yeah, I am free, Maharaj, after it. Because now I know any work, anything, I'm retired.
Well, how long will you stay in India?
It's lifetime.
Oh, going back.
Oh.
No more back.
Yeah,
No more to
yes.
London, huh? Haribo, Haribo, Haribo.
Krishna. Oh, I didn't realize.
Oh, wonderful.
You sold your house?
Yeah, I sold the house and everything
Oh.
clear London. London, yeah, I don't have anything. I
Huh.
can come and visit anytime. But yes.
Huh.
Okay. Hi. Good life.
Yes.
Yeah, retired life. I'm starting from today.
Yes.
Return life.
Anything else? Anyone else have some? Tulsi Maharani, you have any question?
I'm grateful that I got to visit with you last week. That was beautiful. I totally enjoyed visiting with you. I'm glad to be back in contact. I missed you.
Very nice. You are doing so much. You and Ingo are doing so much to help Krishna Kesava Prabhu on our preaching program, a very simple, humble preaching program, going on for years. No much big fanfare is there, and humbly you are doing, helping him.
It's our honor.
You are great parents, Didi. Like Krishna Kesava Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes. No one may recognize what you are doing, but I understand. Krishna knows. It's very wonderful. Very wonderful.
Thank you so much. We appreciate. We totally enjoyed doing the work with him and supporting him and you and working with you as well. It's his passion. He loves doing this, and we love supporting him in it. So it's his purpose.
He is doing much things, actually, people do not know. He is also a very quiet way doing many things on another platform entirely that people are aware in the academic world. His papers that he has written, unbelievable. Huh? Just a young man who did not know anything a few years ago. He did not know which direction to go in. And now he is conducting, leading people of academic quality in a direction that only he can do. They do not know. Very, very impressed with what he is doing.
I am too. I am too.
Yeah.
I have to say I love his self-awakening blog because I'm gonna cry. It's allowing us to see his life from his perspective. And it's wonderful to read everything that he's experienced. And it's just so wonderful to see what he's doing and what he's sharing. And I'm very proud of him. Very proud of him.
People have PhD, so many degrees. They do not know the ideas that he is giving, and they can benefit from that. And even they may not know after so many years of college and this, that, and the other thing. They do not know a fraction of what he is giving.
Yeah.
So it's very great, a great service he is doing for them. And not only in a material sense, see, but in the spiritual sense. So it multiplies the benefit. To give people material knowledge is one thing, but to give them entrance into the infinite world, the eternal world that no one knows about in this material world, to give that kind of knowledge, that is the most valuable thing. And human beings, they have the capacity to know about these things, but they are not being trained properly. See, everyone is being trained in scientific, material, technological, consumerism, all these things. It's not the way that human life should be directed. A human life has a more powerful purpose than simply all this material aggrandizement. No other species of life can do in this world what the human being can do. Build skyscraper buildings, all these things. The what do they call that? The termites. You've seen the buildings they make? They can
Yeah,
make
termites, yeah.
tall buildings also, and all air conditioned also.
Right, termites can build like 6 foot high mounds
Mound.
that are like double or triple the amount in the ground, and it's passive cooling from the air. And
They blow their wings
yeah.
and the air chambers. And they can make it all air conditioned inside.
And then humans
And,
copied them.
and human beings are putting their big buildings and air conditioning also. They can do all such powerful things. Yet that is not the purpose that human beings have all that power. It is not the real purpose for which human beings are created, to build skyscraper buildings and all this technology. That is not the purpose for which they have that higher intelligence. The real purpose is to understand their transcendental spiritual nature, the relationship with God, with Krishna. They have that capacity. Everyone has that capacity. And if we have the good fortune to come in contact with someone who is teaching that and reminding us of that, then we can also utilize that potential, utilize that great spiritual potential which is within us in the proper way, in the proper direction, and not become diverted into so many mundane, no, mundane waste of energy, waste of that good human God-given energy, which is there within everyone. So if we can understand a little of these things and make progress in our own life in that direction, what to speak of helping others, that is a great thing. It is a great thing. You've understood then the proper purpose of life, proper use of your human form. And according to Shastra, it is not always that we will have a human form of life. We can also go to other forms. They do not have the power that the human has. But by our karma, by our activities, we can get reaction. Newton's law tells us every action produces a reaction. That is not a fable. And karmic laws of the Vedas explain the same thing. These lives are not just, we can just do whatever we want and there's no consequence as far as our own life, our own consciousness is concerned. Our actions will affect us. The consciousness is eternal. The life is eternal. It is not temporary, and not just this body. So we want to make proper use of this life as much as we can to make progress in our spiritual nature. Anyhow, we'll try. We're trying, even in a simple way. What you are doing is in a simple way you are cultivating your future life also. All right. I think I better stop now.
You are amazing. You are so amazing. And thank you for doing this again.
Yeah.
And you did it for a whole hour today.
Did I? Oh,
Awesome. You had the energy, you felt it, it was amazing to watch you and listen to you.
Krishna Kesava keeps pushing me to do it.
Hmm.
I don't
It
feel like
means a lot.
he keeps pushing me, and to keep him happy, I have to do it.
I'm glad he pushes you and you push him, and it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship.
Dhanyavad, Dhanyavad Pranam.
Dhanyavad.
From Raj, Dhanyavad from Prabhu.
I love to you all.
Love you so much.